Hello and welcome back to another episode of Auto Reviews 24. Today's car, as you can see, is from Volkswagen. It's the all-new 2024 Volkswagen ID.4. And today we are going to understand about all the new changes which they have brought into this refreshed model, which was first launched in North America 4 years back. We will also understand how does it compare with the other competitions in this crowded compact EV space, which is Chevrolet's Equinox EV. We have got EV6 and Ioniq 5. We have even got Nissan's Ariya and the new entry in this, which is Honda's Prologue, which is apparently on the same platform as the Equinox EV. So there are a lot of good players under the price range of 50 to 60,000 Canadian dollars. And today we are going to know whether did Volkswagen get it right when it comes to changing the new battery and the powertrain, changing the interior software, the new big infotainment screen, and some good luxury touches which they have brought inside the car. Outside the car fairly remains unchanged to my opinion. Let's get into more details and understand how this car is really performing. My name is Ankit and I'm going to walk you through new car reviews available in the North American market. Before we get into more details, I would like you to like and subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon so that you are notified for all the new review cars which I do every week. Okay, so let's start with the exterior design. Let's start first with the million-dollar question, whether it has a front trunk. Well, as you can see, we do not have any front. Alright then, let's talk about the exterior styling and design and see if there is anything changed. But before we get into more details, let me start with the Volkswagen key. I really like the Volkswagen key. It looks really premium, gloss black finish, aluminum style trim, but it really is, it really looks nice and it feels sophisticated. Simple lock, unlock and trunk access buttons. There is no remote start in this, but if you have the Volkswagen Connect app, you can use that to start the car remotely or other settings. Alright, so the front design is really simple and elegant. I would say it's not really weird looking, but at the same time it's not really futuristic or modern looking also. It is simple in its own way. I like the headlights. It is full LEDs. This is all daytime running lights. This is the all-wheel drive Pro S. So you have this daytime running lights all the way across the car. In fact, because it's the top model, so it also has a glowing Volkswagen logo, which is again nice. Pretty much there is no other textured on the bonnet or the front bumper, but over the lower fascia you see some honeycomb style grille with some opening to cool in the radiator and the batteries, but no active grille shutters or anything like that. We have got some active air vents on the sides, nothing typically new from what the other car makers offers. Over to the sides, here we have the upgraded R20 wheels with 235 by 50 R20 wheels. Again, aero style wheels, not the greatest looking I would say, but it still looks nice in this black paint. Here you have all-wheel drive Pro S badging. That's how you can easily recognize that it is an all-wheel drive car. Again, on the side, huge side mirrors, integrated turn signals. We have got cameras below for the 360-degree camera view, which this car also offers. On the side, it really looks simple and decent. I like the way that the company has not gone with any chrome touches, everything blacked out, so it really looks simple, especially in this black car. It also looks nicer. The door handles are flush. Overall, the side profile is nice. Not much of a ground clearance. It is fairly less than 7 inches if I'm sure, if I know it correctly. But the side profile is quite simple, and the roof line I see it more slopey. This is roughly around 180 inches long. The quarter panel again is nice because it has got a little bit of raised profile, which gives it a muscular stance. Over to the back now, again the wrap around tail light continues. The turn signals and everything is LEDs, which is nice. Again, the Volkswagen ID logo and the Volkswagen logo glows, which is again great touch to it. Go to the rear trunk space now. Again, decent amount of trunk space, roughly 30 cubic feet. This is really nice because the car is wide and long. I certainly see that there is an under storage as well where you can put all your chargers. It's quite deep. It seems it doesn't come with a spare tire, but I guess you need to live with it. There are some side storage buckets as well. If you flat the second row, you will get roughly 61 cubic feet of space. So it is fairly decent in terms of the compact size. Over to the rear bumper. The rear bumper is kind of again more traditional looking and simple in its own way. It is more of an off-road style. There is no gloss black finish on it. There is an integrated tow hitch here, which is quite small. I don't know why they have gone with a smaller size. It looks like 1.5 inch, which is not the standard tow hitch which nowadays people are used to. Over to the passenger side of the car, that's where you actually have the charging port. The charging port is quite simple and straightforward. It is again the CCS charging port, not the NACS charging port which Teslas and the Rivians use, but Volkswagen will also slowly get into adopting the new NACS charging. For now, this comes with roughly 10.5 kilowatt hours of inbuilt charger. So the charging speeds from 0 to 80 is roughly 30 to 35 minutes, which again is not the great in its class because the battery is 62 kilowatt hours, and I feel that they could come up with more faster charging abilities. This one's maximum charging capacity on DC power is 170 kilowatts, which I would say is not the best out there, like Teslas and other cars go all the way to 250 or 350. So yeah, I mean the car looks decently nice. I would say it's not the most flamboyant and fantastic looking car from outside, but it does a good job in terms of proportions, and the overall size of the car is decent. Alright then, let's talk about the interior and the tech of this car. Over to the driver side door panel. The door panel is really wide, as well as it has got good amount of different fit and finish materials. The top is really soft plastic. This grey finish plastic breaks down the colors. This is navy blue leather, which is also kind of soft. Again, a decent size cubby space, which is wide, which is good to see. There is this door handle. It doesn't have a space inside for storage, but it still looks good. The only thing I see is a lot of gloss black finish over here. And one interesting change I realized is something unique in its own way. I don't think it's going to go well with the consumers, which is the switches for operating your windows. Now they have gone with just two switches. That means you need to press this rear and toggle this switches for the front windows or the rear windows. I don't understand why they have gone that route. I mean, there is enough space to put another two switches. Rest all is quite obvious. Over to the driver's console, you have got 5.3 inches of driver's display. You have got 12.9 inches of big infotainment main display. We are going to talk more about this in detail later. This particular car, being the all-wheel drive Pro as the top of the line, this comes with a black and blue interior accent. So this dashboard is all stitched with navy blue accent, which really looks very premium. On the left, you have got typical controls for your lights and everything. And in fact, if you go towards my chairs or the driver's seat controls, we have got 12-way adjustable seats. Surprisingly, the only car in the market in this price point who is offering 12-way adjustable seats for not only drivers but also for passengers, which is great. And guess what? They are offering massage seats, guys, for both drivers and passenger seats. That is really awesome. This is the switch which I'm talking about, which you press of a button, it can give you the massage for your back. It is not the full seats massage, but it's still a good massage. You have two-way memory seats for not only driver but also passengers. That is again one of its class leading features. I am really loving that. Now if you go back to the steering wheel design, the steering wheel is typical Volkswagen design, flat bottom, really very well bolstered. The grip of the steering wheel is really nice. The only thing I believe they should have changed is this capacity buttons. This looks really nice with this gloss black finish, but you accidentally end up touching some other buttons, though it has added an haptic feedback now. So when you touch any particular button, you feel that haptic feedback, but overall I believe that the traditional buttons would go more, as they are already offering that in other Volkswagen products. Alright guys, so over from the passenger sides, I was talking about the passenger seat also comes with 12-way adjustable seats, massage seats and a memory seats control, which is something really unique which this car has to offer. The whole car seats are leather seats. It comes with this two-tone light. It comes with the two-tone blue and beige color. Again, it is perforated, it is heated and ventilated, which is really nice. The center console is also redesigned, big to cubby space here. Interestingly designed wireless charger, guys. You just slide in your phone and it charges. You have got two USB-Cs. The center console space is really deep but narrow. The only thing I would say I would prefer something else instead is this gloss black finish everywhere. This really catches a lot of dust, fingerprints and gets dirty easily. The vents are really traditional looking and big size, so cooling this car is not an issue at all. One thing which also this car comes standard is the upgraded Harman Kardon audio system, which really sounds nice. Alright, over to the back seats and see how the back seat comfort looks like. Immediately I see the space here is huge. I think it's one of the reasons why the front hood is quite small to bring that interior space. This is roughly around 38 inches or more leg room for sure. The best part is the comfort level of this back seat. The under thigh support is really perfect, how much you need. Your leg doesn't feel like hanging on the air. The only thing is the rear bench does not recline manually or electronically, but it is wide and flat, so you can easily have three people sit here. One of the interesting things this car offers is a center console with cup holders, but also it has got pass through to access the stuff from your trunk, which is also a nice touch. Over here you have isofix on both sides, which is nice and easy to access. Over to the front you have got AC vents, which are traditional, again gloss black finish. Over here you have your own heated AC, you have your own heated seat controls over here, USB-Cs and a very decent small cubby space. This one also has an interesting pocket space, like one small to hold your phone or something and another storage pocket over here for both drivers and passenger sides. Rear doors are also opening wide and it is decent soft plastic over here, no hard plastic. Again hard plastic over here, but big cubby space. Again that navy blue again that navy blue leather and white stitching continues. Harman Kardon music system. Very simple looking door panel for the rear seats. Okay, so let's talk about the sunroof which this comes with. This car comes with an interesting, a very big sunroof glass on top. This is again standard for the top Pro S model. As you clearly see, one touch of a button, you have the sunshades also, which is nice. Even this car, this glass is tinted, you can also close it. You have got good amount of good LED lights over here, and the glass is quite big. It is really making this car feel more spacious, especially for the second row passengers. So let's talk about the new infotainment system which they have got in this new 2024 ID.4. This is the new 12.9-inch screen, which is really bright and fast. The graphics looks really nice. This is the home screen. You can access on from your left and toggle between different views. The icons are big and easy to read. Again, it comes with ambient lightings, 30 plus lightings I believe. You can also change this. It looks really nice in the night time. This lower screen has a fixed AC controls, HVAC controls. This is your main screen, home screen button. You can easily control your fan, your heated and ventilated seats, and even you can control your AC vents and everything through this touch control buttons right here. And in the previous model this was not glowing, so it was tough to find in the night time, but now this is also glowing in the night, so it is a welcome change. Again, few things to note is when you hit this car icon, you can easily look into this vehicle charging status and everything. Right now it is 67% charge with 293 kilometers. If I go to the park, this is all parking assist features. And if you go and toggle into this mode, if I go back and if I toggle into this mode, this is where they have hidden the drive modes: eco, comfort, sports, traction for winter, and custom if you want to go for. This car comes with the upgraded performance unit, and hence this car has 335 horsepower as it is a dual motor version. The single motor version comes in two specifications: small battery and large battery. The small battery produces 212 horsepower and the large battery produces 280 horsepower. This car also comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is again a welcome change. One important interesting thing which I wanted to show is the gear knob is now changed, which was connected with the driver's display now to the steering column, and it is very simple. You just you just switch the knobs. For reverse, for drive, and for parking is this button. In fact, if I had to easily show you, this is how it looks like. Reverse is where you get the 360-degree camera systems. You have different views right from here, which you can easily access. And if you go in the drive, as you can see here, you have B and D. So D is a regular drive mode, and if you do one more time, it switches to B, which is one pedal driving, apparently from in the Volkswagen's world. This is a tiny 5.3 inches driver's display which displays all the essential information like speed and battery and range and everything. In fact, it also has a small screen for navigation if you want to look into that. The left steering column is where you get all the light controls and wiper controls. So that's about it. I mean, the layout is quite simple and decent, but not again the modern or futuristic. Overall, the car is really zippy and great to drive, and it has got good torque. We will talk more in our driving review. Alright, it's time for the driving dynamics review. You just toggle the knob and it takes you to the reverse. Sorry, you just toggle it to drive, and now you are in the drive mode. Immediately the car is smooth to ride. The power delivery is quite linear with this electric motors. Right now we are in comfort mode. As you can see, we will try to see how it drives. We are in drive, but we can actually put it in B, which is one pedal driving right now, which I am in. So once I take the foot off the pedal, it automatically stops. Even the turn signals, we do not have any blind spot monitoring cameras in this, but it has a good visibility as the A pillar is big, but they have done a nice job in putting some extra glass over there, which easily helps you to identify the pedestrians. Overall, the suspension feels rigid and soft at the same time, which is a good sign of well-built quality products. This infotainment system, you can see, is eco, comfort, sports, and traction. I'm going to put into sports and see how it goes. As soon as you change the sports or the different driving modes, the color schemes also changes. As soon as I put the pedal on the accelerator, this car really picks up well. I'm really impressed with the power delivery, the handling, the turning radius, and everything looks really nice. In fact, with this speed, the handling is quite nice, typical German car touch here. If I put it back to comfort, overall the drive is really good. All the features and functions are easy to access while you are driving, which is nice. The steering wheel is good to hold, and the turning is also precise, as which I'm doing right now. The best part I would say in this refresh is this powertrain. The battery are really powerful, almost 50 to 80 horsepower more than the previous models. The torque is also double the torque which they used to offer last in the previous model. So yes, I'm really happy with the way this car drives. It is quite inside. The visibility is nice. It is decent size. It is truly a good daily everyday car, a city car, I would say easily. The only thing is the range is slightly on the lower side, but it's not that bad. So in nutshell, yeah, the car drives well. The car looks decent from the outside, and the tech and the features which it provides is also nice with the heated and ventilated seats and other luxury touches to it. So overall this product looks nice and good for the electric market with the competition out there. Okay, then it's time for the final thoughts. Should you consider shortlist or buy the new Volkswagen ID.4? Well, in my opinion, you should certainly go ahead and shortlist this car. I must say that the new 2024 refresh has brought a good, handsome and handful changes in this car. Good software, it is very easy to use, a big infotainment screen. The exterior design is still fairly the same, but small touches in terms of LED ambient lightings are really nice outside and inside. The best changes what they have brought in is the new powertrain, the new battery packs, the rear wheel drive and the all wheel drive systems. Gives you a good zippy, fun to drive element. Most importantly, this car is really fun to drive, but it is short of range when it comes to its competitions. The all-wheel drive gives you a range of 260 miles, which is roughly around 420 or 30 kilometers. And if you go for a rear-wheel drive with just small battery, which is 62 kilowatts, you get maximum 460 kilometers, which I would say is roughly short of the 300 mile or a 500 kilometer range, which is something a new standard which most of the competing cars are having. Yeah, I mean the car is also a little bit pricier than the competition. This particular model is the top end model and the sticker price is 65,000 Canadian dollars. Yes, it does qualify for the federal rebate, so you might get roughly $5,000 rebate from whichever the province you are from. But that's about all from my side, guys, for this episode. See you all in the next one.